We want to thank you for registering for Pray Dive for Lunch. What I would like to know, I'm sitting here, I'm doing a Monster Growth Boot Camp here at the Lodge. I did flip the switch yesterday. What I would like to know in the chat box, I'm going to ask you a simple question. And this is a question you should be asking, because today we're going to focus on closing, Pray Drive and closing. Okay. I would like to know what you are trying to do. Okay, I want you to type in the chat box. Maybe not you, Brandon, because you're driving, but I would like you to type in the chat box. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? And the reason this is so important, I don't know where I came up with this, because this was not something that was taught to me. It was just a question I began asking people in the sales cycle. Because once you know what a person is trying to do, it becomes much easier to convert them to a client. Okay, because you have located their ambition. Okay, and remember, selling is just taking your skill and solving their problem. Okay, so today we're going to focus on the art of closing. Now, let's look at this, because closing means to bring something to an end. It means to bring two things together. Okay. And there's something in the closing cycle, Gretchen Taylor, that I refer to as the moment of truth. And the moment of truth is the moment where you have located their ambition, you have explained your value, you have made a recommendation, and it is in that moment that you close the deal. Okay, and you move from conversing to converting. Okay, and converting means I take an interest and I convert it to an action. Now, how you do that has to do with certain things you say. And if you go back and look on YouTube, there's a video called Coach Burt's Top 7 Closing Techniques, Top 7 Conversion Points. So when a person gets right there, and I have located their ambition, and I share my belief statement with them based on my unique past, my unique experiences. This is what I believe. This is why I believe what I believe. This is what I'm recommending that we do. This is how it could be different from other people. And then I ask a simple question. Marissa, does this sound good to you? And if it does, what would stop you from doing it right now? Okay. So remember these phrases. It sounds good. This sounds good. It sounds like, it seems like, it feels like. It sounds like this is perfect for you. It feels like you're ready to get started. It seems like this is what you've been looking for a long time. Okay. Now, what do we have to do to get you started right now? Okay. Now, some people believe you should go through the whole sales cycle and then tell people how much it cost. Other people believe we should start right out of the gate with how much it costs. So we're in the proper process. It's going to be a $415 investment every month. Is that something you can get your mind around and you can absorb? Okay. If they go, oh no, there's no way in the world I could ever absorb that. Okay. Let me spend a few minutes explaining this. And then let's figure out a way so you can make this happen if you think it works for you. So I don't care if you start with it. Some people think you should start with the price. If I was selling cars, hey, this is a $58,000 car. Have you ever bought a $58,000 car before? And have you got your mind around, would you buy one today? And if they go, oh, no, I don't have budget $58,000. Well, then we don't need to be looking at this $58,000 car. We need to get over here in the $30,000 car range. Okay. So when I am converting people, what I'm really doing is I'm going, it seems like you want to do this. It sounds like this is perfect. It feels like you're ready to get started. Let's go ahead and draw it up and do it right now. Okay. Now, at that moment of truth, some people get scared. Some people go, well, I just need to think about it a little bit more. Okay. I understand why you need to think about it. Is there any other reason outside of you thinking about it that would keep you from moving forward. And obviously that's isolation. I'm isolating the objection. And see, so I listen, I agree, I isolate. Is there any other reason outside of this one thing that is keeping you from moving forward with me? And if I could show you, then I come back and I challenge the premise. And listen, guys, this is something I think salespeople are terrible at. This is where it takes real prey drive. I come back and I go, would you be open to looking at it like this? Could it be that the way you see the problem is the problem? Could it be that $415 really isn't a lot of money and you're spending it somewhere else? And if I could track your money and your receipts, I could show you where you're spending that money. And are you getting a better return over here or over here? See, what I do that a lot of people don't do is I come back and I challenge the premise. And the premise is, I think it's too expensive. I need to think about it. Look, I can understand you need to think about it, but let me ask you a question. How long have you been thinking about this, Angela Baker? How many discussions have you had with yourself about doing this? At what point do we move from thinking into doing? Because that's where the magic happens. Can we all agree there? See, so what I'm doing is I'm moving. So we're having, a lot of people have conversations during the day and they talk to people and talk to people and talk to people. What I want to do is get you in the habit of taking that conversation and going, look, I'm going to present 3 options to you. I want you to tell me which option you like the most. And we're moving forward like gangbusters. Sound like a plan? And that's really the purpose of this phone call. Okay. Now, I called a gentleman that was in my coaching program that we've done a lot for the other day. And he said, man, thank you for the phone call. And I said, let me tell you the purpose of this phone call. The purpose of this phone call is to ask you to purchase 250 copies of my new book, Flip the Switch. And in exchange of you purchasing 250 copies of the book, I'm going to put you on the private jet with me. I'm going to do 2 events with you. I'm going to give you access to this event on December the 9th, Visioneering. I'm going to give you a private party on Friday night. And I want to help you in 2023. And all I ask in return is that you purchase 250 copies of this book. Does that sound like something you could do? And he said, well, how much is it? And I said, it's an $8,500 investment, but you're going to get about $50,000 worth of coaching. Okay. He said, Coach, it sounds like you're willing to do something strange for some change. He said, you're doing some strange things for some change. And I said, I'm doing some strange things to move copies of this book. Okay. So here's the offer. Is this something you'd be interested in doing? He said, yes, I'll help you. It was kind of vague about it at first. And then I come back and I went back the next day. Hey, man, we talked yesterday. Remember the conversation? I know you're going to help me on this because I really want to hit this list. You're one of my biggest advocates. I want to give you all access to all this coaching, right? What would stop you from doing it? And I sent a video that said that. No response. Then I called him later in the day. Hey, man, it's Coach Burt. Sent you a video earlier today. Talk about buying those 250 copies of the book. We want to get everything scheduled. We want to get you started. We want to give you access to all these incredible things when you buy this book. Are you ready to go? Yep, man, I'm going to do it. I just haven't hit the link yet to pay for it. I understand. Thank you for your commitment. Man, my days are booking up in 2023. I really need to get your dates on the calendar. Can you send me the dates if you want me to speak for you? So what I'm doing is I'm creating a sense of urgency. And there's no misleading here. My days are filling up. I don't have a lot of available dates. I do need to get it on the schedule. So my point is, when I'm converting, I'm moving from conversation to conversion. And conversion is taking interest and converting it to action. And the only way that's going to happen is by asking the question. Does this seem like something you want to do? You think you can absorb this? Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about doing it? Okay. How long are we going to think about this? Right? Like, let's move into action here. And what's missing, where the prey drive really comes in, because remember, prey drive is expansive pursuit. Prey drive is pursuit. Prey drive is expansion. Prey drive is instinct. So prey drive is like, okay, this is a moment right here of truth now. Are we in or are we out? We're going to be a Navy SEAL or are we going to be a baby SEAL? Which one's it going to be today? Because I can't help you till you commit to this. And once you commit, I'm not in the business of helping people fail, but I cannot help you until you commit. Okay. And so a lot of people freak out here and they just get scared and they talk a lot and they just keep talking and they just, well, we could do this or we could do this, or we could do this. I want you to get better at just saying, we need to bring this to a decision, man. What would you like to do? Are we going to do it? Or are we not going to do it? Are you in? Are you out? Are you interested? Are you not interested? Are we moving forward? Are we staying where we're at? Right. So these direct questions cause a person to go, man, I just ain't doing it right now. For whatever reason, I'm not doing it. Okay, great. Thank you very much. I'm going to put the ball in your court. With your permission, I'm going to follow up with you like a pro. And when you're ready, I'll be ready. But man, I'm just going to tell you, there is no better time to do this than right now. I'm telling you. Okay. Because I don't want to come back 6 months from now and you say, I wish I would have done it. So there's a moment of truth. How many of you struggle with this moment of truth? Raise your hand if you struggle with that moment of truth. Yeah. So here's what I would ask you. How much conviction do you have? Do you really believe it's to their benefit to take action with you? Do you believe that you're the most qualified person to help them? Do you believe that if they don't go with you, they're going to end up with some bozo they wish they never went with? Do you believe that, right? See, I have already made up my mind that it is to your benefit to move forward with me. Okay. Now it's my job to bring a level of conviction to you so that you have the courage to take action. Okay. Now, where does courage start? Commitment. The courage don't come first, guys. You guys know the formula I teach. Courage comes from commitment. I commit to something, then the courage comes. So what I did a 3 or 4 week series for Jay Kinder and Al Stacey called $1 Million Follow-Up. And I started using this phrase, find their fear and give them a courage. Find the fear that they have and give them courage to move forward. Because many times in life, we just need to be encouraged by somebody. You need to do this. This is going to be good for you. You can thank me later. See, what I'm doing is I'm finding the fear and I'm giving it courage. So let me give you some of my top conversion points. It sounds like, it seems like, it feels like. It sounds like, it seems like, it feels like. Number 2, I can't help you till you commit. And once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail. Number 3, all I'm doing here is helping you move from A, which is your current position, to B, where you would like to be in the future. Okay. And then I go through my courage formula. You got to commit first, then the courage comes, then we get a new capacity, then we got a new confidence. None of that cycle happens until I get you to take an action. Can I get you to sign up for 30 days? Can I get you to go look at a house? Can I get you to schedule a meeting? Can I get you on a Zoom? See, I got to have an action to get this courage going. And if I can't get you to take an action, we're going to have this conversation. So I like to say sometimes, Cheryl, we can have this conversation today, or we can have it 6 months from today. But you and I both know nothing's going to change until you change it. Okay. Now, if you're a health coach, I like to say, man, look, that weight ain't magically going to jump off of you. Okay. And if somebody could figure out that plan, they'd have sold it a long time ago. Okay. So we can talk about this today and take an action today. 6 months from today, you can come back and thank me. Okay. Or we can just keep talking. But I need to move you. This is what I physically say. I need to move you from talking about this to doing something about this. I've heard you talk about it. I've heard you complain about it. I've heard you whine about it. Let's do it. Today is the day to do this. Okay. So I got A to B. That's a close. I'm trying to move you from A, where you currently are, to B, but I can't do this. I need your help here. Man, I'm working hard. I'm trying to help you change your life. Driving me crazy that I can't get you moving. Okay. I go from A to B. Okay. That's one close. Then I got my commitment close. Can't help you till you commit. But once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail. If you'll do what I tell you to do, you're going to have success. I can give you a boatload of testimonials of people who have had success. If you want me to give them to you, I'd be happy to put you on the phone with them. 3, it sounds like this is perfect. It feels like you're ready to get started. It seems like that today's the day. Sounds like, seems like, feels like. Okay. All right. Then I go to take them to a place in the future. All right. We're sitting here 6 months from today. What has to happen that you would sit here 6 months from today and say, this was a total success? Okay. Now, If I told you I'm trying to move 10,000 copies of my book, Flip the Switch, I think we've moved, I don't know, we're working on every single day, a couple thousand maybe, and we need your help moving them. If you came to me and you said to me, let's go 6 months in the future, and you tell me what success would be, and I would say 10,000 copies sold, Wall Street Journal bestseller, first week. And you said to me, I can handle that for you. Okay, I'm going to put these 7 strategies in place. I got a 90% chance I can do it. It's going to be this much investment. If I could do that for you at a 90% clip, Coach, would you move forward with me today? See, what I did is I took them to a place in the future. Okay, so if I'm a financial advisor like Ryan Taylor, you and I are sitting here at some point in the future, what would have to happen for you to feel good about investing money with me? And I say, man, this is what I'm trying to do. I don't want to lose any money. I got moderate risk. I want my money to grow. I want to have access to it. Okay, if I could pull this off for you and do it, would you start with me today? Because I really can't get you those kind of results until you take action with me. And I'm telling you, if I was a financial advisor, I can't tell you how many financial advisors have sat there and let me make decisions like, oh, think about it. Just come back to me when you're ready. When what I really want them to do is say, look, man, how much money do you want at 55 years old? How much liquid cash do you want? Okay, look, here's how much money I need to be investing every year. Here's the best strategies based on your risk tolerance that I can put you in. Here's what I got to keep this much liquid. Here is a clear strategy to get you those numbers. But I can't do this until you give me this much money. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about having that much money when you're 55 years old? See, what I do is I ask very direct questions. And I say, now, you're going to be a Navy SEAL, or you're going to be a baby SEAL? Which one's it going to be? Because I only work with serious people. Now, how on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you? And they tell me, man, I'm a 6. Okay, good. Sounds like to me you're ready to get started. Anything above a 5, I consider serious. Okay, so are you ready to get started today? Because today is the best day for you to get started. Okay, now, these are all things I say at the moment of truth, and I may stack these on top of each other. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. What do I say first? Christian Palmer, what are you trying to do? And what I'm doing there is locating their ambition. Okay, locating their ambition. Okay, great. Then I move into my explanation of value. Let me tell you what I believe, why I believe it. Let me tell you what it is I think we should do here. Okay, then I move into conversion. Does this seem like something you are interested in doing? And if so, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about doing it? Because I only work with serious people. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want you to waste my time. Okay, I'm not going to show you 27 houses for you to only tell me you don't want to buy a house. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you? I'll do all the work, prepare the houses, bring you the top 3 so you can take action on this. So see, a question a lot of people don't address is the investment question. Okay, because there's competing priorities. And if a person's not willing to invest money in something, then you can't help them, right or wrong. So why don't you just take care of that question right up front? Now, what we're talking about is an investment of X to get this done. Here's the outcomes I think I can get for you. And if it works, boom, is it worth this much money to you? Okay, because what I see a lot is people make proposals that are so far out in left field. They didn't really do their homework and they didn't ask proper questions. So they make a ridiculous proposal that a person would never pay, and then the deal just stalls. Okay, and that's why I like kind of the information assisted selling concept, which is I'm going to give you how much this is going to cost. Okay, what we're looking at here is about a $25,000 investment. And let me tell you why it's a $25,000 investment. If it works, we're going to help you make a couple $100,000, maybe more. Okay, now, is that something you're interested in? Or are we not even in the same ballpark? Okay, we're not even in the same ballpark. Oh, we're not in the same ballpark. Okay, good. Let's scratch that plan and let me give you another plan. What ballpark are we in that you're considering investing in this? and I let them tell me. Now, I typically ask a question, Marsha Tucker, to ascertain what kind of money we're talking about here. What size revenue is your company? What range are you typically in of what you're making? Because I'm not going to pitch $1 million deal to a person making $100,000. Okay. If they say, hey, I'm running a $20 million company, this is the range. Okay. If I was selling a house, I would say, you know what? The current house you're living in, how much did you pay for that house? Well, I paid $500,000. Okay. Would you like to go up in ranges to get a better house, or would you like to go down? Okay. No, I'd like to go up. Okay, great. Is 750 in your range? Because I think I can get you something nice for 750. That would be a step up. It'd be a small increase on your payment. Are we in the right range? Because I want to go look for the right houses for you. See, what people don't do is they don't ask these questions. And then when it comes time for the close, they're still in discovery. They're still kind of getting to know each other. When I would just come right out and say it, man. Hey, we're talking about a $450 investment per month to get your health right. And what I'm going to give you for that is this, and this. And you told me you wanted to lose 30 pounds. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, are you serious about this or not serious? And I would just let them tell me. And see, what I'm doing is I'm asking questions and I'm going for the conversion. I'm asking questions and I'm going for the conversion. Now, what if they don't respond? What if you're in the follow-up and they don't respond? I keep feeding them information. Here's a strategy I would use. Here's success of people we've worked with. Here, man, here's something I'm working on today that I think would be valuable to you. Man, I want to invite you to something in the future, right? And if I go 7 touches with no response, then I just send a simple text message that says, have you given up on this? Have you given up on this initiative? Okay, because I feel like I'm kind of trying to chase you and you're not interested in this. Now, what I'm trying to do, let's go back to the word. Close means to bring something to an end. Okay. How many of you have deals out there you need to bring to an end? Okay. So how long are you going to let them stay out there? Or are you just going to say, hey, man, let's do this today? And if you don't want to do it, I'm going to move on to people who want to do it. There is no such thing as rejection. I'm trying to bring something together, trying to bring something to a close. Okay. Now, where do people fall off the wagon right here from my coaching experiences? And I talk about this in the book. Chapters, I think 8, 9, and 10 talk about prey drive and selling energy, getting people excited about their future, prey drive and closing, prey drive and initiating. And so I move into selling in the book. And this is really what I'm teaching, because where people fall off the wagon is they present an idea and then they don't follow up. And if they do follow up, they don't follow up enough. And if they do follow up enough, they don't ever ask a person to take action. And there's just in this never ending cycle of talking about it. Now, there was a CEO of a company in Minnesota who saw me speak, very wealthy guy. And I was young and inexperienced. And I got him on the phone and I just talked. And I just kept talking. And I just kept talking. And finally he said, will you shut up for a minute? Will you, they call that Minnesota nice. Okay. If you're from Minnesota, you'll understand. Okay. It ain't really Minnesota nice. It's Minnesota mean, but they call it Minnesota nice. And he's like, will you please shut up for a second? And I said, yes. And he said, how do I buy something from you for the love of God? He said, I made a decision. I was going to hire you to be my coach when I saw you speak. I've sit here and listened to you for 30 minutes talk. Just tell me how much it's going to cost so I can buy it for the love of God. Right. And I've never forgotten that. This is a mistake I see salespeople make every day. They just keep talking. They just keep talking. They just keep talking. What you should say is, look, have you seen enough, Tim, to make a decision? Okay. Diva, have you seen enough to make a decision? What more information can I give you so you would feel comfortable moving forward with me?
That's just remarkable boldness. You need remarkable boldness, Coach. Remarkable boldness. Right. Go and ask.
And that's what people miss. Okay. And that's the number one thing people are missing. So prey drive, as we wrap this up today, is just the guts to ask another person for something. When I take my daughter to the store and we go out to dinner, she said, Dad, I want some ketchup or I want some mustard or whatever. You know what I say? Ask for it. She's like, well, you ask for it. I said, no, I'm not asking. If you want the ketchup or mustard bad enough, you'll ask for it. She's 10 years old. Wouldn't it be great to be my kid? Now, my point is, I'm trying to teach her, ask other people to take action on something and get over your fear of what they will say. They may buy, they may not buy. Who cares? But they're definitely not going to buy it if you don't ask them the question. Okay. Are you ready to move forward today? Is there anything that would stop you from moving forward? Okay. Can I give you any more information? Because it seems like you want to do this. Which card would you like to put this on? Okay. And I'm not a big believer in sending links or invoices. I'm like, I'm here, you're here. I'll handle it for you. Just give me the card and I'll handle it for you. That way you ain't got to get a link that you're going to bury in your inbox, that you're not going to sign up for 4 days. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let's just do it right now, man. Let's go. Let's do this. All right. Here's my last one. How many of you believe we lose momentum when we don't take action? Okay. So I call this one the momentum close. And I say, have you ever been on the wrong side of momentum? And I say, oh my gosh, yes. We don't want that, do we? Momentum is just energy headed in the wrong, either headed in a good direction or a bad direction. Positive momentum is just energy headed in a direction. Negative momentum is headed in a bad direction. Okay. We don't want that here, do we? No, we don't. Okay, good. We lose 10% of momentum every day you don't take action. We lose 10% of momentum, maybe even more. Every day you don't move, we are losing energy. And we need this energy moving toward a decision. Okay. Now, this is pray, drive, and closing, folks. This is pray, drive, and closing. Now, I do these sessions every Wednesday. We're streaming it live on my Facebook as well. I'm breaking down the book. The book is coming out January 31st. I need you to buy it. I need you to buy copies for your kids, your families, your cousins. This would be a great Christmas present for all those family members you don't like. Okay. Activate their pray drive. Okay. At Christmas this year. Okay. And say, look, this would be a good book for you. Okay. Need that pray drive activated in you to do something. Okay. So you can buy 1 copy of the book. You can buy 10 copies of the book. If you buy 1 copy, you get a full day with me virtually on the 13th of January called Activate. If you buy 10 copies, you come in person. If you start getting up into 50 copies, Diva and her group got 250 copies. So I'm actually going to Omaha, Nebraska on Monday to speak to her leadership group for her purchasing those 250 copies. So, yesterday we moved a lot of copies of the book. So every day, man, I'm trying to show you guys how to be consistent on moving something. And this is one way I give you value, and all I ask in exchange, at least buy 1 copy. Okay. At least buy 1 from me. Okay. And that's a pre-order, but there's a lot of value for you to buy that 1. And if you buy more, you're going to get more value. So if you want to do something else with me, because some of you are new, some of you are coming in through Pray Drive for lunch. Eric White just posted his phone number. I like to joke and say he likes calls between midnight and 5 a.m. That's to see if he's real committed to this. Okay. See if he gets back to you at 2 a.m. in the morning. Okay. So my point is, everybody needs a good dose of Pray Drive. I do this every single Wednesday. I do coaching calls on Monday with my coaching students and Monster Producer. Many of you guys are in there. And many of you have come to the lodge and spent time with me in the last 30, 60, 90 days. I got a whole group here today, whole group here tomorrow, whole group here on Saturday. So we look forward to helping you play at a higher frequency, folks. But I can't help you till you commit to something. All right. And once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail. Fair enough? All right. Good session today, guys. Pray Drive for lunch. Thank you so much for showing up. 30 minutes every Wednesday. We love you. We appreciate you. Buy a copy, and we're going to play at the high level. Tom, I can't take questions today because I got to go upstairs and teach. I got a group here at the lodge, but post them on my Facebook page, and I'll be happy to get back to that.
I get more from you when I talk to you directly, but I'll post them on your Facebook. I want to just say one thing in closing. Damaris and I are buying 2 books a week till the thing comes out.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, do we buy them through you or go to the publisher? I want you to get full credit.
If you buy them through Amazon, I get credit. If you buy them through the link, if you go to the link that we're posting, the link will go to Amazon and you can purchase there and we get credit. But we need you to buy them either through the link I'm sending or from Amazon.
Okay. We'd rather go through you. All right. Till next week. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Love you guys. Thank you very much. Have a great day.